Sports Radio 104.3 The Fan presents Nick and Cecil.
Okay.
Kyle might be talking to you, but I don't think he's going to do it either.
Let's see what Luke Patterson from MileHighHuddle.com says about this situation with this Broncos trade. You can follow him on Twitter at Luke Patterson LP, and he joins the show. Good friend of the program. Luke, they make this deal. I'm saying Elway crushed it. Now, you're the voice of reason. You're the tiebreaker here between me and Nick. No pressure, brother. But what did John Elway do with this trade for Jarrell Casey?
What Jarrell Casey brings to the Denver Broncos is a whole new mentality that they've been missing, and that's consistency. When you look at Jarrell Casey's tenure throughout the Tennessee Titans, the guy's played in 139 games. That tells me that he's available, which Vic Fangio put heavy emphasis on towards the end of the season, but you're also getting a mountain of a man. Not only can he stop and stuff the run, but he's a consistent threat getting after the quarterback. Now, I know he logged 5 sacks last year, and that's nothing to snuff at. 2013, as a young man, he did get 10.5, but he's consistently getting to the quarterback. He does not compromise anything in the run game, and I think he's a great pickup. Nick, you got to like him. I'm going to talk you into it by the end of the show.
Wow. I mean, I think if this was a court of law, I would say you're leading the witness. I mean, really, both you and Cecil leading the witness. So tell me this. I mean, does Casey's age bother you at all? Because DJ Reader, I believe he's 25.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that's more years down the line to play in his defense. So any concerns about that?
I think that's a really good concern, that he's a 30-year-old player coming, to his second team. But when you look at his injury history, there's not much of it. For me, this was a home run pick for one of two reasons. Now, the Broncos are playing with house money. They traded away a pick that they got from New England in the Duke Dawson trade in order to pick up Jarrell Casey. They also traded away a San Francisco 49ers selection for A.J. Bouye. So they're attacking the AFC South, but you're playing with house money, and you're getting a player who is still showing that at 30 years old, he's consistently on the field, and he's consistently putting up competitive numbers for a defensive lineman.
Is Luke Patterson from Mile High Huddle, milehighhuddle.com, breaking down the Denver Broncos on a daily basis. You mentioned A.J. Bouye there. Got introduced in a conference call to the media. Now that we're seeing the free agent picture more, and these aren't even free agents, they're trades. But now that we're seeing the picture become more clear for the Broncos and what they've done, and Graham Glasgow and A.J. Bouye and Jarrell Casey, and don't forget Jeff Driscoll. Do you like what the Broncos have done? Maybe different than what we all expected. Not Byron Jones, not DJ Reader. But do you like what the Broncos have done here?
I like what the Broncos are doing right now because, to me, John Elway is exercising patience. I think that he's taking a new approach with Vic Fangio, and I feel like the optics of things right now suggest that him and head coach Vic Fangio are working very well together. I almost feel like this isn't necessarily strictly an Elway move. I feel like this is a Broncos move, and I feel like the reports that, Coach Fangio has certain aspects that could remind John Elway of his father, Jack. I think that certainly holds a lot of weight when it comes to John Elway asking Coach Fangio what his opinions are on these unrestricted free agents, what his opinions are on willing to give up draft picks and draft capital to go get some of these guys. Now, I know we're attacking the AFC South, and we seem to be getting a bunch of Detroit Lions. But right now, I think that John Elway's been fiscally responsible, and I think that he's demonstrating in unrestricted free agency, you have to get the right player, the right fit, and the right price.
Look, does it bother you at all that some of the moves that the Broncos have made to bring in talent to fill some of their gaps have been all guys that they've traded for, not guys that they've been able to lure here via free agency?
A little bit. I think that's a fair question. I think that Broncos country is kind of divided right now because they're looking for that big splash. We all wanted DeAndre Hopkins in Denver, but the fact of the matter is that's just not going to happen. That was a trade that happened to another club, and it's not going to happen in 2020. At least I don't see anything crazy like that happening. You never know. But I'm not sold on this whole notion that the Broncos are a less attractive destination as compared to other places like Cincinnati where Reeder ultimately signed his contract. But I think the Broncos' reputation speaks for itself with championships and the legacy that Mr. Bolin and the club has put out there. And especially when you're looking at their work in the community right now and all the great things that the Broncos are doing, I think that this is still a free agent destination now that you've got your quarterback, Drew Lock.
Yeah, just go out there and win some more games, and we'll see things turn around for the Denver Broncos. It's Luke Patterson from MileHighHuddle.com. Follow him on Twitter at Luke Patterson LP. Luke, before we let you out of here, man, it stings, man. Chris Harris Jr. is with the Chargers. How much does it hurt you? How much does it hurt this team? And of all the teams, at least he didn't sign with the Raiders, but yeah, you're still going to see him in division.
Yeah, I think it's a shame when you look back at it. I think that maybe 10 years down the road, we could all wonder and think, man, maybe John and Chris could have gotten together and worked something out. Maybe they could have both given up a little bit of ground, and maybe he could have came back to Denver. But that's just not the case. I wish Chris nothing but the best. He's obviously a first ballot Ring of Famer, right? When you're talking about Broncos country, but it is weird. It's confusing. The LA Chargers, we didn't see that coming. I thought it wasn't going to be the Raiders, it'd be the Chiefs. But very confusing, especially with that history with him and Keenan Allen, and especially with the history of, the front office of the Chargers and how they treat their players and some of those things. So overall, it's disappointing, but you know what? It's time to strap it up with a new cornerback, A.J. Bouye.
There you go. Luke Patterson at Luke Patterson LP on Twitter and from MileHighHuddle.com. Luke, be good, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Cecil.
All right. There we have him. Luke Patterson on the VIP line. He mentioned the Keenan Allen, Chris Harris Jr. It started out last year like this.
Is it true? Yeah. Go watch the film, bro. It's not a secret. Like, I said, Chris Harris can't hold my jockstrap. He said, is that true? Watch the tape, man.
Watch the tape,
Watch
man.
the tape, man. What do you have, a hype man behind him?
Every MC needs a hype man.
Watch the tape, man.
Watch the tape, man.
That's going to be really interesting to watch because usually we don't see guys who have beef with one another end up joining the same team.
Aqib Talib couldn't have joined Michael Crabtree's team.
No, he could not. Could you imagine? Crabtree chain would be snatched every single day.
Every day of practice. Every day. Don't wear that chain.
So what do you got on my drink, homie?
My grandmother gave me that chain. Man, why didn't you guys stand up for me?
You want some of this, old man? No.
Okay, did you ever deal with anything like that?
No, never. I've never had, beef like that with anyone. See, so I was a different type of player. I'm not going to talk, right? I'm not going to talk.
You tackled your coach.
That's different. See, that's different.
What has said was, I told Craig.
Yeah, what had happened was, that's different. But no, I've never had a beef like that. But that's going to be interesting to see how those two guys actually gel with the Chargers, for sure.
We talked about CHJ quite a bit, and Luke's the first one to bring up the Keenan Allen thing.
Yeah. I guess maybe because you were so upset about it.
I'm emotional, man.
Exactly. And I was trying to kind of, be there for you emotionally that I forgot about one of those funny moments.
Yeah, funny and interesting. How are they going to get along? I think if they start winning games, they'll get along just fine.
Yeah, but have you ever told someone, hey, you can't hold my jockstrap? Have you ever said that or had anyone say that to you?
I did say in your face one time.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same. But me and this kid from Prairie had a history, so.
But no undergarments, male undergarments kind of tossed in?
No, I'm not tossing that in.
Okay.
I'm not watching The Bachelor either. Not doing any of that stuff.
You don't watch The Bachelor?
No. God, no.
It's funny.
This is where Kyler Berry gets mad at me again.
No, The Bachelor is funny, man. It is comical. It's the best comedy around.
If I want to watch a comedy, I'll watch comedy. I won't watch some guy crying with a rose. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
You know how in movies they mix two genres together, like sci-fi comedy?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Bachelor is. in some kind of...
It's romance and comedy?
Yeah, in a kind of weird, awkward type of way.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to watch football, man.
Okay.
I'm going to watch football and whatever the show that Kyler wanted me to watch that I have no idea what he's talking about. But I will watch that one, too.
I bet Kyle watches The Bachelor. Kyle, you watch The Bachelor? Yes, he's nodding.
Not in his head.
Wait, listen. Hey, you can talk to me. Whatever you have going on with
crack
Cecil.
the mic for him.
Okay, thank you. Now you can go back to silence right now for Cecil.
Yeah, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'll go work on my muscle car. Hey, and I collect comic books. I do plenty of nerdy stuff, but I don't go down that road, man.
What do you mean that road? What is that road?
I'm going to watch The Bachelor? Are you kidding me?
It's not like someone's asking you to have like a Bachelor watch party. No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I like muscle cars. I like comic books. I like football.
You can do all that. I love muscle cars. I love comic books. I also love to laugh, too.
That's why you watch comedies.
And that
Not
is
the damn Bachelor.
And that is a comedy.
I don't care if you're listen, I know we're all holed up at home, right? I am not watching The Bachelor.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to do it. On Friday, when we play Horns or Nah, I will tell you what I'm watching.
Yo.
Kyler Berry will tell you what he's watching. He might actually be talking to me by then.
Yeah, we'll totally do it Friday.
Now he's talking. That was for me, right, Kyle? You talking to me? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll do that Friday.
Okay, now it's personal. Okay, the Chargers have added Chris Harris Jr. Well, so let's go there. Are they better off than the Broncos? That's next.